Hello everybody. Welcome to today's stream. Welcome back. How's everyone's start of the week? I've been pretty late this week. I posted the schedule late. I'm late today, a couple minutes, but um, okay. But like Sunday, I have a good excuse for not posting the stream schedule. I went to watch the Odyssey, um, and it was pretty good. Nothing. I mean, okay. My personal review of the Odyssey is it's nothing new. Like for Nolan, like I feel like he's been pretty innovative, or like the writing has been like kind of like surprising for most of his previous films. With this one, not a lot of ways to like stray away from the source material. I guess he was kind of caged in that regard, but I thought the way the film is like represented with like the special effects and like the storytelling, I thought it was a very pretty accurate representation of the book. I mean, I read it a while ago, but from what I remember, like it was pretty good connection between the image I had in my head of the book and what the film actually ended up being. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the film. It was pretty decent. I watched it. I was planning on watching it in IMAX 70 mm, since we have some like a screen like around here in Vaughan and Mississauga, but it's impossible to get tickets. So I just went to the first showing available and just went to watch it. Actually, now I'm talking about it, let me see if they have new tickets for IMAX 70 mm. Nope, not yet. So probably they'll come up with something tomorrow morning or something. Um, but yeah, I just want to watch it. I didn't really notice a difference by watching it in like the regular format. I thought it was fine. I've heard some people say that like the wider format and that it gets cut and whatever, but I didn't really notice it all that much. I feel like it might have been something nice, um, nice to have to like be like for it to be wider, but overall it was fine. It was a good movie. I'm really excited about Spider-Man on. Ooh, it's Civic Holiday this coming Monday. That's fun. Um, so I'm gonna go watch Spider-Man on Monday, and that's gonna be really fun. I have good hopes for it, especially since it's like the last film before Doomsday, so really excited. And I'm gonna watch it in like a ScreenX format. I think I showed it the other day, but like it's just like three screens next to each other, and just kind of like fills your whole like peripheral view. So um, so yeah, it was. I'm really excited about that one. Sorry, I'm getting a message from a friend about the stream. Um, okay, what else? Not much. If anything comes up something has happened or anything, I'll start telling a little story. But this week we're starting a little bit different from other weeks. We're starting with the building in public series first, and then tomorrow we're doing the leak code series, and then going back to building, and then on Saturday we're gonna do a special stream because it's gonna be the 20th stream for the console logs. I've been here 20 times, or 20 days, I guess. And so I will be doing a lead code contest live. It's my first lead code contest. I have experience with competitive programming contests before, but it's my first time doing them in lead code. I'm gonna see how they are. I mean, it's only an hour and a half, which for competitive programming contests is very mild. Normally they're like 2 hours and a half, 3 hours. So 1 hour and a half, I'm glad it's like a little bit shorter. But that's what we'll be doing on Saturday, so that's kind of exciting. And I hope I feel like the level's gonna be okay. Like I think I'm gonna be able to do fine, but honestly, I haven't done mediums and hards in a while, like since we're starting like the Grand 75 from the top. So I don't know how ready I am for some of those problems, especially like for like trees and like graphs and like more complicated data structures. But we'll see. Okay, let's get started. I need to change the view. There you go. And Lorcana card of the day. So Lorcana card of the day is Lord Macintosh, Wary, and High Strung. It's a 4 cost uninkable. Uninkable means you can't put it in your resource pool. Actually, I should probably like stop prefacing this. I've explained it a lot of times. But if you have a question about like any of these stats I'm going over, just let me know. It's a 4 cost uninkable. It has 3 strength and 4 willpower. Its effect is Tough It Out. This character may interplay Exerted to give chosen character resist +2 until the start of your next turn. And it quests for 2. It's by artist Adam Ford. It's card 181 out of 204 in English from set 12. That is last set, which would be Into the Wild. Lorcana. Wild's Unknown. Sorry, I got my messed up. In Wild's Unknown, which was a set that introduced the Toy Story characters and the Incredibles. And this new set is called Attack of the Mind, which introduced the Turning Red characters and Monsters Inc. Yeah. Review of this card. I think this card is pretty okay. Okay, tending towards good. It's an ally, which makes like it's good for some decks, I guess. Not really too relevant, but it's nice to have. I mean, this coming in at turn 4, I feel like it doesn't make that much of a difference unless you like have some plan for that like incurve. Like you're doing something in turn 4 that you require like that resist +2 on one of your characters. I think this particularly would be really good with aggro, which is kind of popular right now. If we go here, let's go into the decks. And there's this yellow-green aggro deck. I think it might be this one. And so for your turn 3, I guess you can give resist +2 to... I don't know what you would give it to. But maybe that would give you like the opportunity to like quest more, maybe with your Jessie. Because Jessie is very vulnerable and only has 3 willpower, so giving that extra resist +2 is just gonna like almost guarantee that it's gonna survive the turn. Same with your Mike Wazowski, it's pretty important for your deck. So it can be good in this deck, but I was thinking of maybe like a 3 cost quester that like quested for like a lot. Maybe here. Not really. Oh, actually. This Pocahontas. It's not really relevant in this case, but it can be. Like, it can be good in turn 4 to, like, have that extra resist +2 to hold one of your characters. Overall, I think there are better cards that can replace this card. And the cost of, like, putting in your deck would be a little bit high. But in general, like it's a decent card. Like it has a pretty good stat line, pretty good effect, pretty good lore. So I'd say it's playable. It's okay. Okay. Let's get back into the project. For that, oh my god, I just at work, at work I like recently added a bunch of like really nice shortcuts and like keybinds that I don't have in this computer. So I'm kind of missing them a little bit now, but I'm not gonna add them right now. Should probably be something that I add later on. And also, I remember last time I didn't really finish setting it up. I'm sorry. But I didn't finish setting up OpenCode. I think the model like finished downloading in LM Studio. I'm just gonna open a bunch of these. So that is ready. Let's start the server. Because today we're gonna be creating like a filtering agent. And so now I should have, yeah, I have Quen 3.59b. So I should be able to offload that into my GPU and like run it. How do I open code? Let's see if I have it. This one I installed last time, right? Okay. Let's try that. What is it connected to right now? Connect provider, open code send. No. So we're not gonna do that. LM Studio local. I don't really have an API key, but just go ahead ABC. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Okay, so there, connect provider, LM Studio, do that. And then none of these. I guess local model. Okay. So from here, let's just say create a hello world script in Python that returns the Fibonacci numbers from, or like the first 10 Fibonacci numbers and the current date. And actually it doesn't return it, it prints them. Is the computer able to access the URL? Good question. Serve on local network. Okay. Maybe it'll work now? No. How do I configure that? Edit the configuration file to include a base URL under your target provider options. Or okay, how do I customize? I mean, let's see if this file exists. Config open code JSON. Okay. Okay, LM Studio, and this is not the right URL. It should be that. So let's do that, and then the v1. Okay. And let's try open code again. Load a model on the developer page or use the LMS load command. Okay, so now I guess we load a model. This should be able to fully fit in my VRAM. Okay, so it's 8.6 out of 12 gigabytes right now. Okay. And so now sure, let's do that. Ooh, that's pretty fast. If I remember correctly, if I go here on hardware, I have 12 gigabytes of VRAM. How much of it is offloaded for this current model? Use the available context size, try increasing it. Okay. Fine. So we're gonna increase to the max, we think? Sure. I wonder how many gigabytes that is, because it can be a max of like 3. Should be less than 3, hopefully. But it is pretty fast, like working with the GPU I have. Like that was, I don't know, how many tokens per second? Nah, I don't know. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, now it's stuck in here. Hello? Okay, let's interrupt, and then let's close the session, and then let's try again. Now it's processing 2 prompts. Stuck on 0%. Overall context window or GPU offload bottlenecks. Okay, right hand panel displays hardware settings and estimated breakdown of how much VRAM and system RAM. That is not true. Okay, I ejected the model, reload it again, and then let's do not that many tokens. Let's do like maybe 50,000. Let's do 100,000. There's no way. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, now it processes it. Where are the tokens per second? Um, 30. That's pretty good. Okay. I mean, let's test it. So I would do run it. I think I have a script for this. Run this each. That's gonna be one of the problems, and it's I think both the stream and this would be using my GPU. Hopefully it's fine. Okay, so now if I go /hello, hello world, Fibonacci 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and 34. Yeah, that looks right. 3, 6, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 numbers. Okay, let's see the function it created. So right here we can see this is actually pretty neat, the diff that it shows you. Okay, so let's see the process that it did. I've never used OpenCode, FYI, so this is my first time. It's used 10,000 tokens so far, which is a lot. Oh no, that's the window. Is it? No, I think that's the ones it's used. That's crazy. So that means I get 10 requests, pretty much. Huh. Okay. So it found all of these files. It then found program.cs. And then it found controllers, but there was none. And then it just edited it and added this function, 10 numbers, 0, 1, and then convert to string A plus B, A equals, oh, okay, so I just stored them as strings. Temp minus A, and then B equals temp. Okay, how does this work? So 0, 1, then A is going to be equal to 1 minus 0, which is 1. So A is going to be equal to B through this. I don't know why it made it so confusing for whatever reason. And then B is just going to be equal to temp, which is the sum of both. So it's going to shift this down, and then this is going to become the sum of both. I don't know why I wrote it like this. That's a weird way to write Fibonacci. And then it joins them with a comma. Cool. That looks right. Now let's go in here and then fit status, and then we're just gonna restore because I don't actually want that. Nice. Okay. What other commands do I have? I have open editor, share session, I have compact session. Skills, I have agents, connect to provider, switch to light mode. I'm not gonna do that. Exit the app, install plugin, and open diff viewer. Okay. Okay, so what we are gonna do, and we can use the same model for what we need to do, is it's gonna take a page. No, it's gonna take a whole document, and then it's gonna separate it into different sections. So it's gonna look at, for example, I hope this is able to read documents. Okay, let's ask it. Are you able to read documents? Like PDFs. Maybe we can just paste them into memory, and then it separates them and takes care of the symbols. Also, I'm pretty sure it should be able to. Okay, let's move this up here. I don't like it like that. And then let's go into source librag API, and then program.cs. Okay. Okay. I see this. And then we should have in core, there's this PDF manager. Okay, so here in core, I also want to create another file. Maybe it shouldn't be core, maybe it should be like AI or something, but anyway, this is gonna be like an agents file. And it's gonna, or maybe like a utilities for interacting with LLMs. I want to use, okay, so there's this thing I've been learning at work. It's called the Microsoft Agents Framework, which is this library that provides like helper functions for agents, harnesses, workflows. I think this is supposed to be like graphs. Yeah, graph-based workflows, which is pretty handy for building like agents, reusable agents. So I wanted to create an agent that separates a PDF into different sections. So let's look at one of our PDFs. If we go, where would they be? Here, my directory, and then personal, that. We go to core, I believe, sample papers, and then let's open these buggers. Okay, so it's basically gonna take this whole document, probably like a string, I would assume, and then it's gonna separate it into its different sections, and it's also gonna get rid of any kind of formatting that doesn't really make sense. Okay, so let's ask OpenCode to do that for us. Okay, how do I feel about that? Do I want to ask OpenCode to do it? Or do I want to try to do it myself? I think there's value in me actually doing it myself, so I'm gonna try to do it. Because I need to learn this library, which I have been using. I more or less know how it works, but I haven't done by hand. I've mostly been prompting, or vibe coding, I guess. So let's create What's it gonna call? What's it gonna be called? Agents.cs in core. And let's go up here. Okay, so agents.cs. We're gonna paste this here. Namespace is gonna be lit-rec core. I think that's fine. We don't need all of these. We don't need that. This is gonna be called agents. And get rid of this. So from what I remember, sealed just means that it can't be inherited, which it's fine. No, nothing needs to inherit this. Okay, and so now let's go look at documentation. So let's go here into agents, and let's look at the examples. An agent that uses the OpenAI chat completion service. I think this is what we want, because this, I mean, this has OpenAI compatible endpoints, so we can probably just use this. It recommends this, but I think we can just use this. It's gonna be a very simple agent. Okay, so chat completion client. Okay, so if I Microsoft agent framework, how to change the URL of OpenAI endpoints. Ah, you can change it here. Okay. So we are gonna go in here and then should this be in a static class? Okay, let's create a static method. And what's it gonna maybe this should be its own file. So, okay, let's go rename this. I haven't saved it. Okay, well, let's go rename it as, I think if I do this, then it brings me back. Yeah. Save it, and then go back, and then we're gonna rename it with R. We're gonna rename it, this is gonna be a sole file for just the section parser agent. And here we're gonna create a section parser agent. How do you initialize it? Okay, so it's C# constructors. There's a better way to just do a constructor that you just like initialize it at the top. Modern C#.NET constructor. I vaguely remember, like, you just don't write a constructor at all, and like you set them at like the top. It has like some confusing syntax. Okay. Well, apparently not. So, okay, so here we're gonna create a private, um, whatever. Okay, so let's create a method just so I can see some stuff. So, public void create agent, whatever. And then let's copy the code that we saw here. This is for constructors, for OpenAI agents. Check completions client. This. So equals to G. Remove these. Paste them at the top. I actually need to import this, which I should learn how to do. Create agent. Just have to do that, or is that how that works? Nah. Oh, I remember what I did. Okay, so let's just do that for now. So it's an OpenAI client. Okay, so let's go back to getting started. And then overview. How do you .NET add package that so that's running the project, that's running open code. I need that on a window. Or no, actually, I learned this recently. If you're in a process like NeoVim and then you press, this might work only in Linux. I don't know if it works in Windows, probably not. If you press Control Z, it puts it in the background. It doesn't really stop it, but it puts it in the background so you can get back to it later. It's kind of like tabbing out, and you can get back to your terminal. And now that I'm back in the terminal, I can actually run that line that I got. There's literally a thing there. Okay. How do I add this dependency to my project? I'm trying to run from the parent folder and it says, what does it say? It cannot find any project. I would assume, do you think it's shift or control? Let's just do that and then, yep, control. Is there a way for me to set it up so that I can do this from my root and also be able to run .NET run from my root, and it works without having to cd into the API? like to have global list of dependencies and a global project. Convert SLNX to standard SLN format, then run that. Let me convert it for you. Okay, go for it, boss. Share library project to root with common types. Props file to share package references across projects. Yeah, it doesn't really fix anything, but okay, well, I'll just use the command that I recommended at first. Maybe that's not actually how you do it. So if we go, what command did it give me? This. Okay. Now I do that. Okay. And now, look at that. Oh, right. So I was showing you. You can have a process in Linux, and then when you do Ctrl-Z, it stops that process, it goes back to your terminal, and then you can get back to a process by clicking FG. And see, it opens back many of them, which is pretty handy for running things in the terminal really fast. Like, you can also do this, like run a command like this, and then I could do like echo hello, and then it echoes hello. Like, I can do that, but if I want to see like the full terminal window, or like run multiple commands and like have that history, it's better to do Ctrl-Z and then do my stuff and then FG to get back instead of opening a separate command window. Okay. So I should reload my LSP. Okay. Now it says I don't need this. Let's see if that's true. Now let's do an LSP restart. Okay, it doesn't have any information available for it. Okay, whatever. So we don't need an API key actually, because LM Studio doesn't require it, but let's just say don't need one. And then get chat client. I don't know what this does, and this is not going to tell me. Why is my ROS line not working? So what does get chat client do? Does that, like, is this the model? I would assume. Will it have A2A? I might have to use A2A soon for work, maybe. Okay, so I think what we're gonna end up using is not GPT-4o Mini, obviously, but we're instead gonna use Qwen 3.59b. So let's type that in here. Qwen 3.59b. So let's use that. So chat client as a agent, instructions. You're good at telling jokes. Name Joker. Tell me a joke about a pirate. Okay. Well, let's make this a static. And then let's go to our API. And let's create a route to use that function. Add that map_get, and then it's gonna be called, I don't know, hello? Or no, joke. And it's gonna do this function thingy. That is not the right phrase. And here we're gonna return results.ok of, what's the name of the function? Create agent. Which actually would be not PDF manager. It would be section parser agent dot create agent. You think that's right? Okay. Maybe that'll work? Probably not. I feel like I'm gonna have an error. Okay. So agent here, it said that OpenAI client could not be found. Should we add these at the top? It says we don't need them, but I think we do. Yeah, see? Namespace agents does not exist in the name of Microsoft. But I added the package. Litrag. Okay. What if we try... doing that again, I guess. We're gonna say cd into source litrag core section, actually just litrag core, and then do that. Okay, now does it work? Chat client does not contain a definition for SA agent and no accessible. Await operator can only be used when async. That makes sense. So I think this needs to be an async function. Yeah. Does that go before? I guess. Okay, so chat client does not contain a reference for SA agent. That's not what I meant to do. I don't like that I don't have any information available. Okay, let's try that again. We go to the one called agent, second parser agent. Okay, Rosalind restore complete. Do you know now what this is? No, you don't. Okay, awesome. Okay. Adventure Client Abstraction Framework Interface. SI Chat Client SAI Agent. I have that. Okay, let's do SI Chat Client. And then SAI Agent. I mean, I did just copy this from here. So I feel like it should work. Maybe I'm missing a dependency? Ah. There you go. So now we do that. What are you saying? Okay, let me go into the solutions file. Core. Maybe I need to add it here instead. So instead of this, it should be API. We add it to both. So now I have this. Let's try that again. Maybe I just copied it wrong or something. So why I do and then do that. And no accessible extension method as a agent affecting will be found. Huh. What if I have to do the SI client and then get check client? Which is what this said, right? SI check client. Am I gonna be able to get past this? Okay, I think this is the time where we ask open code. Why? You know what the cool thing about this is? This is costing me 0. Like, I'm running it with my local hardware. I'm not like sending my data to like any cloud provider. It's just fully running on my computer with like open models from China. So that's nice. Agent. Oh, Microsoft.agents.ai. Oh. Which, why then were you not giving me an error? And what are you doing now? Build failed. AI client does not exist in Microsoft Edge. Okay. I don't think this is gonna work. Oh? Did it? No. Yeah, like, I think I messed up somewhere adding the dependencies because this is not working. Hmm. Maybe it's because I haven't run .NET Restore, but no, that should run it on build. Build succeeded. Okay, so it's just messing up my whole project now. Also, good to know that this didn't ask me for any permissions to edit any of these files. Now it's messing up my functions. Why are you editing this? You done? I think it might build now. Okay. So we go here and now we go to joke. Requires API key setup. That's what you did? Oh my god, okay. How do I reverse this? Undo. I don't know if you can. Well, so it basically didn't solve anything. It just did that, which is nice. Let me explain to me what you were doing before I interrupted you. Besides, like, just eating tokens. Yeah, of course it runs without errors because you changed the whole implementation. Okay, let's do this and then let's do a look at status. Let's restore source litreg API and program.cs, and then let's restore source litreg dot core PDF manager.cs. Ah, I misspelled it. And now let's do FG. Go back. Okay, that's restored. And for agent is not restored. Yeah, I think that's fine because that wasn't tracked before. So now if I do that, let's see if we run into the same errors. It does not. It doesn't know what this is. Okay, let me ask Claude. Also, boom, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, boom, ba-da-dum. Fathoming. I've already gone like over the like budget of time, and I still haven't like done anything. 1 hour is so little for like building projects. I swear. At the missing package. See, this would have been nice to know on this page. No, sorry, not this page. This page. I mean, that's good, I guess. Ah. Uh. Okay, that's annoying. Let's also do. And then let's do this one just in case. Okay. LSP stop. Delete cache state. Okay, well first let's see if restoring actually fix my build. Nope. Just update the code. Let's try that. I feel like the code should be right because I got it from Microsoft, but sure. Ah. So now it magically works, I guess. Okay. It's fine. Okay, so this is actually just gonna returns a task. Okay, now nope, still can't read that. Nope, didn't mean to do that. And then we're gonna return does that work? And it doesn't actually tell me because it doesn't know what run async is doing. Maybe if I return that, I can actually like await the task in the API. So if I go here and then I do app.map.get, see, this is also not giving me definitions for this, which is very annoying. Joke. And here we use core, so it's gonna be section parser agent dot, what was the name of the create agent? Await. Yeah, something is not working with my Roslyn, which is it's an async method that returns task. A return keyword must not be followed by an object expression. So here we're gonna, I think it returns a string. No, probably not. But we'll see. String response, or actually let's just use bar equals that, and then return response or results dot okay of response. Returns task, a return keyword must not be followed by an object expression. And this is in my parser agent. See, I don't know what this means because I don't know how the agent, how like async functions work, so we're gonna look it up. So I need to add a type, I guess. Maybe. Systems threading task to string. Man, I have no idea what I'm doing. Do you work? Void task T, a task like type, or an async enumerator. Brother. Okay. Async functions C#. See, that works. Ah. So here I should say string response equals await of that, and then return the response. Actually, I don't think this is string, but I guess we'll find out. Microsoft Agents a response to string. Okay, so agents AI.agent response. So it's just gonna be agent response. Read operator can be using as an async line of expression continues with the async modifier. Okay, we got out of this error, and now we're in our API again. So we can't use that. So instead we do that. Oh, this is async. Maybe? It built. Dope. Invalid API key. Oh, I see. I didn't, so in my agent, I didn't actually change the base URL, which OpenAI chat client, you pass the base URL. So here, let's do that, and then let's do base URL equals that, and then API key. I feel like this is from a movie. Does not exist in current context. OpenAI chat client. Ah, this is Python. Modify connection via the alternatively instantiate the client programmatically using OpenAI client options. Show me how to do this with C#. This is my current code. Nope. Ah, so you pass the credential and then the options. Okay, so let's restore this to how it was, and then new OpenAI client options. I don't know why this is curly braces. I guess because it's an object. Endpoint. New URI. Not what I meant to paste. And then we're gonna paste that instead. And then we pass the API key and our options. Maybe? Comma expected at 1349. What did I just do? comma was expected. Oh, okay. Gonna convert from string to system client model API key credential. Ah. So I do need to do it the way Google's telling me. So I need this. And then up here I do bar API key. It's gonna be equal to new API credential that. And then instead of that, we do API key. Yep. Now I go here, reload. Index was out of the range of valid values. Where do I use index? Unexpected chat completions. Oh, I need to put v1 in the URL here. It needs to say v1. So it's not appending it. Okay. I think that's working. Actually, now I don't think that's working because this is not moving. Oh. Okay. It is moving. Even though this doesn't reflect it. It's very slow. Nice. Okay. Let it work its magic. Let me see my... Nice. This is probably because I have that other process running at the same time. Open code. Okay, just let it load. It's a short joke, man. It doesn't have to be that long. So what did it receive? You're good at telling jokes. Tell me a joke about a pirate. Why? Oh my god, this is a very long joke. Okay, it's just like thinking really hard about this fucking joke for no reason. Like, okay, look at it. Look at the thinking process. So, thinking process. Analyze the request. Topic, pirate joke. Tone, humorous, lighthearted. Since I'm good at telling jokes. Goal, deliver a single well-crafted pirate joke. Recall, search for pirate jokes. Common tropes are treasure maps, parrots, ships, cannons, grog, burring treasure, pirates. Why do you think it's a freaking pirate joke? Why are you thinking so much about it? Also, hello lurker. You're on YouTube. Who are you? Sure, pirates. Why? I'm gonna stalk you. Who is it? I don't know if I can see. Oh, actually, maybe analytics? Fine. You were lucky. I don't know how to check. Let's see how it's going with the pirate joke. Did it finish? It's still thinking. Sure is a lot of time to just come up with a joke. I should turn off the reasoning. How do I turn off the reasoning? Oh, that's where the thing. Oh, it loaded the model again. No. Okay, no wonder. This is probably running on my. Why is it loading the model again? Oh, it named it differently. It should do this, but it did this. So this is running on my CPU right now. Okay. Reasoning. Can I do that? It didn't finish. It's still thinking. Oh my god. I should change the name of the stream to like Quen can't come up with a pirate joke. How hard can this be? Even if it's bad, I don't care. Just finish. Okay. Do we wait? I had to change devices because I wasn't seeing the texts. Hello, the Watcher J9K. Is this somebody I know, or are you new? Seeing the texts. I'm gonna stalk you. Let's see who you are. Ashraf. Well, okay. Thank you for joining, Ashraf. I don't know. I can't recall if we know each other in real life, but thank you for tuning into the stream. Wait, you had playlists. I want to see your playlists. You have Cooks and Kemp. What are you having, Cooks? What are you cooking? The best homemade pizza you'll ever eat. The most. Okay, I think you're cooking with this list. This looks good. Simple high protein meal prep recipes, and they're $5. Yeah, I feel you, brother. And what's Kemp? Okay, I can't actually play this on stream. Because I get copyrighted. But okay, let's see. Walk the moon, shut up and dance. See you again. Okay, I see you. Migos. Just a weird like just Minecraft 1.8 just in the middle of your song playlist. What I thought, but now I see David Goggins. We had a few chats. Can't go wrong with foods. I know, right? You gotta clean up these playlists, man. Okay, let's see if this is done. It should be. Okay, so if I go now here, it exceeded the timeout for 140. Okay, it took too long basically. And the reason for that is we're gonna eject this model and we're gonna make it use this one, because the way I had it configured here is I have that, but it should be Quen / Quen 3.59b. So it actually doesn't load the model twice. Okay. Now let's see, the model's already loaded. So if I do that, it